Good afternoon, friends. I'm Dr. Rahul More, Assistant Professor, Department of Management Technology from Shri Ramdev Baba College of Engineering and Management. I welcome you back for the next session. And in today's session, what we are learning a new MCDM technique, and this MCDM technique is called as Mura technique. Now, what exactly Mura is? Mura is a multi-objective optimization by ratio analysis. That M stands for O for objective, O again for optimization, RA stands for ratio analysis. Basically, it is a very new method. In Professor Zavadkar's paper, if you will refer it, then you will find that it is a very new method which is being introduced in 2003, and many people are using this particular method for writing their papers. So this method is being developed by Bros. People call it as Bros or Bror, whatever means. I'm pronouncing it in a way Bros. So that is a process which is simultaneously optimizing two or more conflicting attributes subject to certain constraint. Means we are having some constraint with respect to that constraints. What we are doing, we are optimizing the attributes which are present with us. Means when we say about attributes, we are talking about the criteria, decision criteria which we are having. And this particular method is effectively used in various fields like product and process design, finance, aircraft design, oil and gas industry, manufacturing sector. There are n number of sectors wherein we can find the Mura method. This method consists of two parts which are named as ratio system approach, and second is called as reference point approach. These two parts are based on the same type of normalization. Means both the techniques uses the same kind of normalization. Here means this will be the first method wherein we will be using a different type of normalization. Means typically which we have followed in WSM, WPM, WASPAS method. We are not using this kind of normalization. We are using some different type of normalization. So we will be having a different normalization technique in this Mura method. But the two categories that Mura offer is the ratio system approach as well as the reference point approach. In both the approach, the normalization technique or normalization type will remain same. In ratio system approach, the basic idea is to determine the overall performance of index of alternative as the difference between sum of weighted normalized performance of benefit and the cost criteria. Means we have two criteria. First is the benefit criteria and the cost criteria. So what we are going to identify, we are going to select a particular alternative which will be based on the preference value. And how we are going to calculate that preference value? That preference value will be the difference between sum of weighted normalized performance of benefit as well as the cost criteria. The alternative will be ranked on the basis of their preference value in ascending order, as we have done in the previous methods also, and the alternative with the highest preference value will be ranked. The best rank alternative will be selected as the first, second, third, fourth, and this is how the Mura method with ratio system approach is being applied. Then the second method is the reference point approach, and this reference point approach, after considering the most important reference point metrics, Bros and Zavadkar, the two investigators, had laid an emphasis that min max metric is the best choice among them. Therefore, for optimization based on reference point approach, we can go with the min max metric for selection of the criteria or selection of the parameters. But the present scene or the Excel worksheet, the hands-on session that we are going to apply, we will be using that ratio system approach only. Now for normalization, Mura method uses vector normalization procedure. Means it's not a linear normalization procedure. Linear normalization process means we are not going to play with the actual decision matrix values. We are using it as it is. Means we are not taking the square, we are not taking the square root. So why it becomes the linear way to deal with the decision matrix value. But this particular normalization will be the vector normalization process, wherein we are going to make square of the decision matrix values, and we will be using that. Second major difference in the Mura matrix is that there will not be any different normalization methods for the cost criteria as well as the benefit criteria. The cost criteria and the benefit criteria will be having the same normalization method. Means I repeat the same thing, that cost criteria and benefit criteria in WSM, WPM, VASPAS, we are having different cost criteria method. So different normalization method. For the cost vector, we used to divide the minimum value by each value present in the decision matrix. For the benefit criteria, we used to define each value with the maximum value present in the respective column. But here in the Mura method, it's not a case. For every column value, you are supposed to you are not supposed to differentiate among the cost criteria and the benefit criteria. The normalization method will remain same. So it is applied to solve many economic, managerial and construction problems that are presented in significant number of papers in journals. Bross and Zavadkar, means if you refer these two people on Google, you will be finding out many different papers which is being written by these two people. They had a lot of contribution into this area. So this Mura method is the first one, and then there are many extension to this Mura method. Multi-Mura method is there, Musra method was there, extended multi-Mura method was also been evolved. So there are extension, and people are using this method extensively for selecting the alternatives, for writing the research paper and many more. So this has a 6-method process, 6-step process. Step 1, the decision matrix with the alternative and the set of criteria is involved. So as very normal and very usual way to start with, that we must have the decision matrix and the alternatives, which will be the alternatives and the means we will be having the alternatives as well as the criterias. Then what we are supposed to do in the second step, we are supposed to normalize the decision matrix. Here we will be using a different method for normalization. There will not be a separate method for cost criteria and the benefit criteria. The method will remain same for both the criteria. Step 3 will be raise the weighted standard decision matrix, which we have. Means here also we will be following the same process, that we will be having the equal weighted matrix. Means every five criteria will be having same weight, that is 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. Step 4 will be to proceed to determine the classification of cost criteria and benefit criteria respectively. Classification, that we have seen that cost criteria will be different and benefit criteria will be different. In the coming steps you will come to know that how this can be calculated. Then we need to calculate the contribution index. Means the contribution index, again in step 4 we are going to do that, and in step 6 establish the order of alternative. Now let us see step by step in very brief. This is the first step. Now well versed with this structure, the decision matrix, the weight vector, and means this is the initial requirement of any MCDM method. Then normalization of a decision matrix. Now look here, the normalization is done in a different way. The normalization value will be like every cell value should be divided by square root of sum of squares of the respective column. Means we need to perform square of each value present in the decision matrix. When we are dealing with the respective value in a column, that value shall get divided by the square root of sum of square of the values present in the respective column. Then as usual, the weighted normalized matrix, decision matrix, means once you get the normalized value, you need to multiply it with the weight and you will be getting the weighted normalized decision matrix. Then calculation of performance value, means the thing which we were discussing here, calculate the contribution index. It is the same, that calculation of the performance value. The performance value of each alternative is calculated as yi is equals to summation of I from 1 to g. Now what this g is the number of benefit criteria and n minus g is the cost criteria. It means you need to sum all the values of the benefit criteria and you need to sum all the values of the non-benefit criteria. The second term is the summation of all the values of non-benefit criteria, and this first term is the summation of all the values of the benefit criteria. And the alternatives that we are going to select is based or is ranked on this value only. So we be sure that we are going to calculate the value in this fashion, wherein the summation of non-beneficiary criteria will get subtracted from the summation of beneficiary criteria. So we will deal with the same old problem that we are having. Let us go to Excel. So this is our Excel worksheet. Now what we are having the same old problem, 6 brand, 5 criterias, and with respect to this 5 criterias, what we are going to do, the very first thing is to square the values which are present there. So square, how we can do that? Select a value, then press shift and then press 6, you will be getting a power operator, and then 2. So this is the squared value. You just drag it horizontally, you drag it vertically. This should be a sum. So let us calculate sum also. Let me delete this value. Let us make a sum of it, sum of all these values. So let's get the sum of value. So this is how the sum is. Now let us again drag it here. So this is sum. So how normalization is done? If we go to the problem, we know that a normalization matrix value shall be computed in a way that each value must be divided by square root of sum of this value. So let us go here. Now each value, when we say each value, it means we are talking about this value, must be divided by square root. So SQRT, square root of sum of the values, summation of square of value. So this is the summation of square of value. Since we are dealing with the criteria 1, we need to select this. We want to drag it. So what we will be doing, we will be freezing it. So pressing F4 2 times and closing the bracket and just enter. So we will be having this value. You just drag it vertically first and drag it horizontally. So these are the normalized value as per the Mura method. Now again the next normalization will be done for the next value. So this value Xij divided by square root of sum of square of this value. So sum of square, so this is the value. Since I need to drag it, I'll be pressing F4 twice so that it will make me easy to drag horizontally as well as vertically. So this is the value, and first I will drag it horizontally and then I will drag it vertically. So just let me check. G15 should be divided by L21. It should be M21. Actually I might have mistaken the formula. This is sorry, this should be K21. Means we should refer this particular value while dealing with this column, this value with this column, because if just to make a tally, you just need to check if this value is appearing more than 1, it means you have done some kind of mistake. I mean, just now we have done the mistake, we have rectified the mistake and we have corrected the mistake. So now the normalization matrix is being done, and weight matrix, as we have considered that we will be having the weight matrix in a very simplest way, that equal weighted matrix is there. So why we are having this value. Now if we consider the same problem, we have solved it and we are very much close to that and we have done correctly till now. So now the normalized weighted matrix, consider this value into this weight value, just enter, drag it horizontally, drag it vertically. So now the values are okay with us. Now we will be dealing with this value, and now we are going to calculate the normalized weighted matrix for the benefit criteria. So how we are going to calculate? We are going to multiply this value into this value and then we drag it horizontally first and then vertically. So we are through with normalized weighted matrix. Now preference value. If we go to the algorithm again, then let us see how we are going to calculate the preference value. the algorithm says that if you are going to calculate the preference value, you must make a subtraction of how, or how we are going to make a subtraction. The summation of non-benefit criteria shall be subtracted from the benefit criteria, summation of benefit criteria. So summation of sum of benefit criteria will appear first. From this, what we are going to do, we are going to subtract summation of non-benefit criteria. So this is the non-benefit criteria we are entering, and we are getting the values with us. So these are the values, these are the preference values that we are supposed to use, by virtue of which we are going to rank the alternatives. So this is how the entire process is done. Let me revise, or let us quickly recap it. So this was our original matrix. As per the Mura method, the squared decision matrix will be required, because in the normalization matrix the method says that each value should be divided by the square root of sum of all the values of the respective column. So what we have done, the very first step is that we are making a square of this matrix, so every value will be squared over here. Second is that what we should remember about the Mura method. In the Mura method, we should remember one thing, that the method is not differentiating the cost criteria and the benefit criteria in terms of normalization. Only one normalization method is being applied to both the criterias. Means for the benefit criteria also same method is applied, the cost criteria is also having the same method. In this Mura method, again we have used, or we have assumed, the equal weighted matrix. Means equal weights are applied to each criteria, and we have got the normalized weighted matrix. Preference value also, there is a slight change while calculation of the preference value as per the Mura method. What does it is like, means subtraction of sum of non-beneficiary criteria from sum of beneficial criteria. So we have calculated the preference value, now the rank value. So ranking the values, rank this value with the selected region, selected range. We shall fix it. We have freeze the value, close the bracket, and just make enter. So now we are dragging it and we are getting our rank value. So again, by the Mura method, if you will find that the first rank is always assigned, means still now the methods that we have learned, the first rank is assigned to alternative 5, second rank is assigned to alternative 3, third is assigned to alternative 2, fourth is assigned to alternative 1, fifth and sixth rank are shuffling their places from one to each other. So we'll look at the end of all the methods that which method shall be considered for ranking the alternatives. Means, and again, as I had previously told you, that it depends on the area, the application where we are going to use the MCDM technique. So this is how the Mura method is, and thank you. Means if you have any queries, then do post it onto our WhatsApp group. So here we stop, and I will welcome all the queries from your side. Thank you. Have a nice day.